Okay, hello class, how are you? I'm Natalia, I will be your teacher for this course and this program, so I hope that you enjoy the classes and the most important that you understand. Okay, let's start. Today we're going to practice simple present tense. Something that is important for this lesson is that you should know the usage or how can you use this topic in the real life. For example, yes, or daily routine. I'm pretty sure that you know the days of the week, but if you don't, I will remind you. For example, Monday. Today is Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, most of the times we have to think about what do you usually do on weekends or what do you usually do on weekdays. So, for example, let's think about Monday. I can say on Monday, you what? So for example, you said, I wake up early. Remember that in this case, what is wake up? So imagine that you're sleeping and then you wake up, okay? That is the first action that you do in the morning, really early. On Monday, I wake up early. Or if you want to be specific, you can give a time. For example, at 5 a.m. It could be early, but okay. So, something that is important when you're talking about simple present tense is that you have to use the days, in this case, and always you can use this word that is important. On Monday, on Tuesday, on Friday. Okay? Also, we can use some verbs. For example, I can say wake up. I can say get up. I can say take a shower. And also, you can make an emphasis about the time. When you want to talk about the time, the hour, you can use the preposition at 5 a.m., at 6 o'clock, at noon. That in that case is when we're talking about 12 p.m. Okay? Now, something that is important, algo importante. You need to think about the person. In this case, for example, I'm talking about myself. I. But for example, if you want to talk about another person, my mother, my sister, my father, my teacher, there is a little difference in something that you need to think about. Look at this. I say she, he, or it. So in that case, I have to say wakes up. Do you remember? This is the verb. You're sleeping and then you wake up. So I have to say she wakes up, or this one, so I have to say gets up. Or in this case, I can say takes a shower. If you notice, I have to include this at the end of the verb. Always, siempre. I have to say es at the end of the verb if I'm talking about she, he, or it. Okay? What is it? Remember that it is when I'm talking about animals or things. For example, if I have a pet, I have a dog, I can say my dog takes a shower in the morning. Okay? Pretty good. I will erase this part. In the simple present tense, also is possible and it's important to use frequency adverbs. Adverbios de frecuencia. So, let me write them here. When I say this one, remember about this word that is so important. It's like a keyword. Frequency. How often? Okay? ¿Con qué frecuencia? Or ¿qué tan a menudo? How often? So, for example, the first one is always. Always. If I want to say always, it's because that activity or that action is something that I do every single day. For example, during the week, I'm doing on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The whole week, for example, I'm taking a shower, of course. So I say, I always take a shower. At night, okay? Because this action is 100% every day, okay? But what happens, for example, if another activity, let me erase this part, okay. For example, you could say usually. In this case, I can talk about, for example, my father. My father usually goes to the park. So in that case, I'm not talking about always, because my father doesn't go to the park every single day. Maybe he goes to the park to run or to jog, maybe just Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and the weekend. So in that case, we could say usually, because it's like an 80%. What happens, for example, if I say sometimes? If we think about the percentage, we can say that is a 50%. 50. Maybe at home or maybe in this moment, you can start thinking about one activity that you sometimes do. In my case, I can say I sometimes exercise. Or I sometimes work out. Or go to the gym. Yes? At home, maybe it's possible that maybe you can start thinking about your daily routine. What are you doing in the morning? What are you doing in the afternoon? What do you usually do on weekdays, entre semana? Or what do you usually do on weekends, Saturday and Sunday? Okay? And you can include the frequency adverbs. That in that case, in this topic, in the simple present tense, it's important to include them. Okay? So let's continue with another example. We can say often. Often is similar to usually. We're talking about something that is usually or is often, is common in our week or in our days. We can say my mom often cooks. Okay? She's the chef at home. She cooks delicious, so that's great. So this is for example. Now we have also that is seldom. Seldom is rarely, you know? In that case, it's like a 30–40%. It's not too much. I can say, I seldom speak Spanish. Yes? For example, if in this case, we can say that I speak Spanish a little, because most of the times I try to practice or I try to speak this language, English, okay? And we have 0%, the opposite. In this case, this is always, and we have 0, that is never, never. Never, in that case, is like a 0%. In my case, I will give you the things. For example, I never smoke. Never. I don't like it. I think that is not healthy. Other thing is I never drink alcohol. I never go to party. I prefer to do other things. Okay? These are some examples that comes to my mind. So I need you to think about these frequency adverbs. Let's take a look about that. I will repeat it a little bit. This one is always, usually, sometimes, often, or often. Both are correct. This one is seldom, rarely. And this one is never. And in that case, it's at 0%. Let me wait when I can get some space over here. Okay. If you notice, all the sentences were affirmative. I was saying, I usually, I always, I never. What about if you want to talk about negative, something that you never do or that you don't like? So let's take a look about the negative form. Negative. So in that case, I can say, I don't work at night. Or I can say, I don't work on Sundays. Okay, do you work on Sundays? So it could be a question, you can answer, no, I don't work on Sundays. Or, yes, I do. I work on Sundays night, or I work until late. It depends. I don't work. Okay? No trabajo. In that case, is a sentence. I don't. It's important to understand or to remember that when you're talking about negative sentences, we always have to use this word. This word that is in circle is really important, okay? Always, you cannot remember. Sometimes you can confuse, or sometimes, a veces, incluyen not. Or sometimes you say no. But remember, class, that is not good, it's not correct, okay? You have to say I don't. I don't work, I don't like, I don't study, I don't play. For example, I don't play soccer. Yes? I would like, but I don't know how to play soccer. Okay. You can ask, or you can start wondering in your houses or in this moment, don't? Okay, so in that case, don't, you have to use it with this subject pronoun. I, you, they, and we. Remember that I is when you're talking about yourself. In this case, I am Natalia, okay? When you're talking about you, is when I say you. You are my students. You are happy. You are Daniel, for example. When I say they, it's because in this case, I am talking about a group of people that are over there. I can say, oh, they are happy, or they are my students, yes? It's when I'm talking about a group of people, but I'm not included. I'm not talking about myself there, okay? And we have we. We is when I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about Natalia, and I'm talking about more people. For example, if I were here with more friends, I would say, oh, we are happy, yes? Oh, okay, we are listening to music, so we, when you are talking about also about yourself and others. You have to remember, I, you, they, and we, always you have to use don't, then the verb, and then the complement. You can choose the complement. But in this case, when you're working or when you're talking about negative statements, something that you don't do, you have to use don't, like an auxiliary. Okay? I guess that is clear. So, let's take a look. If I change the person, if I am not talking about them, but I'm talking about he, she, or it. In that case, I immediately have to change the auxiliary verb. In this case, I don't say don't, I have to use doesn't. Doesn't. This way. Or does not. It's the same. The only difference is that this one is does not and this one is the contraction. That in that case is like a short form. Instead of saying does not, I say doesn't, but it's correct. Okay? Both are correct. So this one is more formal, of course, and this one is just like speaking English, like faster. I say he doesn't work at night. Okay? So we suppose that he works during the day or maybe in the morning or maybe from 8 to 5 p.m. Okay, but not at night. She doesn't like, let's think about that. So for example, we can say she doesn't like pop music. She does not like pop music because what she likes is romantic music. Okay? And we can say it. It doesn't study. It does not study. So that is a crazy example. It's kind of what? Because it, remember that is when I'm talking about objects or animals. So imagine if I say, my dog doesn't study. So you're going to say, of course, teacher, tu perro no estudia, okay? But okay, it's okay. So it doesn't study or it doesn't play soccer. Or maybe we can say, it doesn't bark. Do you know this verb? Bark. Bark. Do you have to remember a dog, for example? The sound that the dog does, for example, woof, woof, something like that. So in that case, that is, it doesn't bark. So it does that sound. That's it. So I will review, so maybe you can memorize. If the subject pronoun, if the person that you're talking to or talking about is he, she, or it, you have to use doesn't or does not. After that, we can include the verb, that in this case I have some examples. Work, trabajar, like, gustar, study, estudiar, play, jugar, bark, ladrar. Pretty good? So in that case, that is the way. Now, let's practice a little bit and let's learn. For example, if you have a conversation, yes, here is one person, and this is another person, and they're talking to each other. So in that case, I can say that he says, hello, Natalia. Hello, Juan, how are you? I'm fine, and you? I'm fine, okay. Hey, tell me about your daily routine. Or what time? Maybe we can start with questions. Let's take a look about this. I will write, so maybe you can read. It will be a little easy for you. What time do you wake up on weekdays? Is that clear? So that one is weekdays. This is an S. Let me write it here so you cannot get confused. On weekdays. What time do you wake up on weekdays? First of all, in this case, the person wants to know what time do you wake up. Wake up. Despertar. Remember? In the beginning of the class that I told you that you're sleeping and then you wake up. It says, what time do you wake up on weekdays. Weekdays, what is this word? Weekdays. Weekdays is when I'm talking about from Monday to Friday. So in that case, I'm talking about the 5 days of the week. From Monday to Friday, okay? So in that case, this is weekdays, I'm sorry. So you could say, what time do you wake up on weekdays? Or, what time do you wake up from Monday to Friday? So what is the answer? You could say, I usually wake up, or I can say, I always wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So maybe you can start thinking about that answer at home or in this moment. So you could say, what time do you wake up on weekdays? Let's take a look about the answer. I can say, I always wake up at, let's say, 7 a.m. Okay, for example, in this case, I say, I always wake up at 7 a.m. on weekdays. Like that. I always wake up at 7 a.m. on weekdays. That is the answer. So if you want to practice, you could say, I always wake up at, in here, you can write any time, you know? You check the time and you could say a specific time that you wake up. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or 8. It depends about your schedule, so it's up to you. On weekdays. Another one, for example, I can say, where, when I say where, always is because I'm asking about a place. Where do you like to travel, for example? Where do you like to travel? Remember that where. Donde, okay? I'm asking for a place. So I can say, where do you like to travel? So my answer could be, I like to travel abroad, or I like to travel to London. So you could choose any place that you really like to travel to or that you enjoy. The answer could be, I like to travel to Chile, for example. I could say that. I would like to be there, you know. I could say that. I like to travel to Chile. Chile, in that case, is the answer because I'm talking about where. Where, okay? I will write 3 more questions and you can start thinking about the answers. So maybe we can practice a little bit, okay? Let me erase and then we can continue. Let's think about this one. What do okay, this one. What do you usually do on weekends? On weekends. So in that case, I'm saying, what do you usually do on weekends? ¿Qué haces usualmente los fines de semana? Okay, Saturday and Sunday. So what do you like to do? So for example, let's write an answer. I could say, what do you usually do on weekends? I can say, I usually eat out. Eat out. Look at this. What is the meaning of this? Is, for example, you go to a specific restaurant to eat a burger, or to eat pizza, or to eat lasagna, whatever you want. So you eat out. You don't eat at home, you leave your home or you leave your house and then you go to a restaurant. So you said, I usually eat out. Or I could say that I work out. I share with my friends. In this case, you can start thinking about activities, different verbs, different actions that you really like to do on weekends. Or for example, if you like to swim, or if you like to travel, or if you like to cook, you know, it's up to you. In that case, try to tell me, or try to think at home, or try to think in this moment, what do you like to do on weekends? That could be a good answer. That could be a good activity to do, okay? Eat out, work out, share with my friends. Tell me about your daily routine. Could be another invitation. If I say, tell me about your daily routine, it's because we're talking about this topic, daily routine. So let's start thinking about that. Maybe we can create a small chart. Let me try. I can start with Monday. I hope it has to be straight. Then we have Tuesday. Then we have Wednesday. Okay. Then we have Thursday. And let's finish with Friday. Yeah, so these are the days of the week. So in that case, I can start thinking about them. In here, maybe I can start thinking about the hours. Let's start, for example, 7 a.m. I need you to start thinking, or maybe we can start practicing, thinking about what do I usually do at 7 a.m. on Monday, at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, at 7 a.m. on Thursday, and at 7 a.m. on Friday. Different activities, or is the same? So, for example, in my case, I usually wake up on Monday at 7 a.m. But on Tuesday, I can say that I watch TV at that time. On Wednesday, I can say that I go to the park. On Thursday, I can say that I leave home. On Friday, I can say that I rest or sleep. Did you see? So for example, if you notice, si se dan cuenta, if you notice, all the activities that I have day by day change. They are different. If I say on Monday, I can say that I wake up at 7 a.m. But on Tuesday, I watch TV. So I'm on my bed, watching TV. Okay. And on Wednesday, I go to the park. So the first thing that I do on Wednesday is exercise. Maybe I jog, or maybe I run, maybe I walk. It depends. On Thursday, I leave home. Leave. Goodbye, Mom. Leave home. On Friday, I rest. So on Friday is my day off, or maybe I'm free. I don't have to wake up early. I can rest, keep sleeping. Okay? Now let's change, and now we can think about other hour, other time. In this case, 9 a.m. What do you usually do at 9 a.m. on Monday? At 9 a.m. on Tuesday, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday? Think about that. So we can say that on Monday at 9 a.m. I take a shower. On Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'm at the office. So I'm working. On Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm at home, maybe having breakfast. Have breakfast. Leave home, so in that case, teach English. And here I can say that I am cooking. Cook some recipes. I like to cook some lasagna or some spaghetti. It depends. Depends on what I have on into my fridge or in my kitchen. Okay, let's practice. I say on Monday at 9 a.m. I take a shower. What is take a shower? So it's like take a shower. Yes, to smell well. That is take a shower. Okay. Now I have on Tuesday at 9 a.m. I am at the office. I'm working in front of my computer or calling people or sending emails. It depends on the activities. Okay? Wednesdays. On Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm at home in my house having breakfast. Bread, coffee, chocolate, cheese, eggs, eating. Okay? Where do you like to have breakfast in Chile? What's your favorite breakfast? I don't remember. Bread, cookies, biscuits, it depends. Coffee, or do you prefer some tea? Okay. Now we say on Thursday at 9 a.m. I teach English. I'm doing what I'm doing in this moment. So I say, hello class, in this moment we have this lesson, esta lección, different things. And on Friday, I cook at 9 a.m. Maybe I'm cooking breakfast or I'm starting cooking lunch. Okay? That's it. Let's think about later in the afternoon, maybe 1 p.m. 1 p.m. On Mondays, I usually take a bus at 1 p.m. Take a bus. Because on Mondays, most of the times I have some classes from 11 to 1. So it means that at 1 p.m. I have to take a bus. So I'm on the street and I take a bus. Or sometimes I need to go to the station. So I just take it. Take a bus. On Tuesday at 1 p.m. I have lunch. Have lunch. Wednesdays, on Wednesday I can say that I'm studying. I study. I have some lessons. Like in this moment you're doing, you study. You are studying. On Thursday, have lunch. And on Friday, we can say that eat out. Or visit a friend. Do you like to visit your friends? Yes? For example, that you are saying, hey, how are you? Julian or Julie or Sophie, what are you doing? So maybe you can go to his or her house and you can visit him or her. Pretty good. This is like a small chart about that, having different activities. Let's practice a little bit these verbs and with the meaning of them. Repeat after me, so maybe we can practice. It says, wake up. Wake up. Remember that the P sounds like, maybe you can use your hand, you can say P. 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 It has to be like air, aire. Pa, wake up. Okay? What is wake up? As I told you before, despertar. Okay? Wake up. Then we say take a shower. Take a shower. In this case, it's really in the morning when you take a bath or you wash your body. Bañarse o tomar un baño, una ducha. Okay? Then we have take a bus. This one is so common because that is like in Spanish, but the pronunciation changed and I say bus. Bus. That one is take a bus. Then we have watch TV or watch television. Both are correct. Watch TV. At the office. So in that case, it means that in that moment, I am into that place. I am in my office. Okay? Have lunch. Have lunch. In this case is almorzar. Go to the park. Go. Go to the park. Or, in this case, at home. I'm at home. Here, I'm at the office. Here, I'm at home. Then we have breakfast. Have breakfast, have lunch. This one is desayunar. Okay, always you need to use the verb have. Have breakfast in order to know the action. Have breakfast. Study. Study. It's important that you have to know that here in Spanish we can start with the E before, but here you have to start like study. Study. Okay? Then we have leave. Leave home. When I say leave, it means the opposite. Leave. Go out. So I have to say goodbye, mom, love you, and I'm leaving home. Okay? Because maybe I'm going to the university or because I'm going to my office. It depends. But the verb is leave. Ir. Irse de casa. Dejar casa. Okay? Irse. Now we say teach. Teach. Teach English. In this case, is my action, my job. Have lunch. We already have it. Okay. Look. Have lunch. Have lunch. Okay. Rest. What is rest? What is the meaning of this one? Is when you rest. Maybe you're on your bed, happy, sleeping, or watching TV, or listening to music. So you rest. You're not at the office. Maybe you are in your bedroom, resting. Sleep. Maybe I can draw this so you can remember when you sleep. Sleep. Cook. 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 Cocinar. Do you like to cook or not? Okay. Then we have eat out. I used this one in the beginning or previously some minutes ago, so it says like eat out. Go to a restaurant and ask for food. Okay? I need you to think what's your favorite restaurant, for example. Okay? And last one, visit a friend. Visit. It's so similar to Spanish. Visit. Okay. That's my chart on weekdays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let's take a look about weekend. What about the weekend, Saturday and Sunday? So I can have this chart for Saturday and this one for Sunday. Okay. For example, here I can write Saturday, Sunday. Okay, I have to work on Saturdays. So I don't know you. If you don't have to work on Saturdays, if you're free, maybe you can rest. Si no trabajan el sábado, podrán descansar. Yeah, but not me. So I have to wake up at 6:30 a.m. Wake up. What time do you wake up on Saturday? What time do you wake up on Saturday? Maybe you can think about that question and you can answer in your notebooks or in your notes. In my case, or Natalia, so I say, I wake up at 6:30 a.m. on Saturday. After that, I get up. At 6:40 a.m. I get up. Do you know what is the difference between this one? I say wake up and then get up. Get up. Levantarse. After getting up, I have a shower, I take a shower, but I don't write it because it's repetitive, you already know it. So this is a new verb that is get dressed. Get dressed at 7:10 a.m. after having a shower. At about 6:45, more or less. So in that case, you have a shower and then you get dressed. Get dressed. Vestirse. Okay? When you put on your clothes. After that, you have breakfast, or I have breakfast. At about 7:15 a.m. more or less. I like having for breakfast cereal, coffee, bread, and a piece of cheese. Yes, some cheese, something like that, something light. Or when I don't have time, I just have tea or some orange juice and I leave home. What do you like to have for breakfast? ¿Qué les gusta desayunar? You can think about that. Okay. After having breakfast, I brush my teeth. Brush my teeth. I will write here. Brush. This is an S, that is not there. Brush my teeth. Yes? This one. After having breakfast, so like at 7:20 we could say. Brush my teeth. I brush my teeth and then I take my bag or my things and I leave home. Goodbye, Mom. Leave home. I leave home at 7:29 a.m. Then I take the bus and then I get to my office, something like that. On Sunday, it's completely different because I don't have to wake up early, you know? So wake up early? No. No, I don't. So I'm happy. No madrugo, okay? So I don't have to wake up early on Sunday. I wake up at about 8, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I can say. So after waking up, sometimes I stay on bed, just sleeping. I watch TV, or maybe I check my phone, my cell phone, or I listen to music, or I just watch, you know, like see at the ceiling. I'm just kidding, I don't know. I do whatever, but just rest. I wake up at 9 a.m. After that, I have breakfast with my family. Have breakfast. Let me erase here so maybe it could be clear. Okay, because it's an R and E. R, E. Okay. Have breakfast. I have a big breakfast on Sunday because I don't have to be in a hurry. Apurarme. So I have breakfast at 10 a.m. more or less. Okay? Then I get dressed. usually take the car. Or I drive the car. Drive my car. Do you know what is drive? Drive the car, okay? And go away, travel for any town or any village or the coast or the beach. In that case, it's awesome. A la playa or un pueblo, so it could be great to travel. That's it. That's the weekend. So remember that when I say Saturday and Sunday, we say weekend. I will write over here. The weekend. So remember that we say weekdays when I'm talking about from Monday to Friday. And weekend when I'm talking about Saturday and Sunday. Okay? Another question for you. What do you like to do on weekends? What do you like to do on weekends? What do you usually do on Saturday and Sunday? Okay? I hope you practice at home. I hope you have understood all this lesson. It's not difficult. You need to practice. Okay? See you next time. Bye bye.
Listo, profe. Bien.